Hello 541 subscribers. It's Wednesday, and it's Marvel Comics that I'm going to be reviewing. They made it very easy this week. On the top right side, there is going to be a poll. Would you take a $5 book, extra artwork, beautiful artwork, or would you take the $4 book, more concise version? Because I'm a $4 guy. It's something that I kept thinking about as I was reading this. What they do here is a lot of artwork that you can argue sets the tone. In my opinion, it takes space because you'll get the same angle, different angles of the same thing happening. You'll see Magneto off a cliff, but this time you'll see the whole island. And then you'll see Magneto on the cliff zoomed in. Then you'll see Magneto on the cliff facing to the right side. It's just the same thing over and over. It's not the first time that this happens during this review. During this whole comic book. He's gonna talk to some dude that Namor has connections with because Emma Frost sent him on a mission to go collect Namor's island. He's got rights over that island. Jonathan Hickman really wants me to taste the food through the pages. He did this with Lino Francis Yu, X-Men issue 4, you know, when they were in that country in Europe where it snows. It's not in my head right now, but that place, you guys read that. They were eating steak over there. Over here, he's eating succulent lobster. By this new mutant alert, so you know this might be worth a little something in the future. The mutant's name is Saucier. Saucier, like he's not saucy. He's saucier, and he's got the connections to make lobster. He's got one of those mutant powers that make you orange, which you know that makes him a Morlock, I guess. But still, he was the man. He made me taste the food through the pages. So yeah, the artwork was good. Again, like the art is phenomenal artwork. There's something that Emma Frost is gonna say here. She says, setbacks of all things Hellfire. I feel like that was a late game edit. That's referencing Kate Pryde, because you never know. Some books she's dead, some books she's alive. So I guess in this book you can consider her dead, but whatever, man. She'll be back. Kate's gonna be back any moment now. It's been 3 issues, I think, that she's been dead, and we saw the cover of her dragon Lockheed, like shh on the cover. I wonder what he's shushing. I wonder what at the issue, I think it's 12, so that's the concluding issue usually of a trade paperback. So I wonder what's gonna happen there. Okay, again with the Magneto thing, we see him in the fireplace. Then you see another angle of him in the fireplace, and it's pretty, and it's his light shining on his face. I guess you can say it's to show that time has elapsed, but then you could do that with this panel. So like, did we really need to see more images of the same thing? No, you can show time elapsed with the flip of the page. If I go from one page to another page, and then someone shows up on the next page, I can imagine that he was sitting there for a long time. Look at me trying to teach Jonathan Hickman how to do comic books. I know what I sound like. I know I sound like the picky YouTube review guy, but don't forget who I am. I'm the guy who predicted Life 6 in Powers of 10, so you know who you're talking to? You know who you're listening to? When you're listening to Chillmonger talk about the X-Men and my boy Jonathan Hickman. So this dude who just pops out of the sea is Namor himself. Namor is going to team up with Magneto. Magneto goes underwater because he's an Omega level mutant. We don't question it. Somehow there's an air bubble. You remember in school when you learned that in comes oxygen, out goes carbon dioxide? Don't question it. He manages to make it work that way because they're gonna talk to each other like they're not friends. Like Kieran Gillen's run didn't happen when they were on Utopia, but they will team up for Emma. That's all it takes. Emma, the White Queen. He says, "No said that if that looks like a kraken over there, it is a kraken over there because once they go inside, it attacks them." This was great artwork again. This wasn't like, oh, the artwork is taking pages. Did I just mock myself? I just mocked myself. I used the mocking voice on my own stuff. This wasn't one of those complaining moments. This was actually fun to look at, fun to read, and it was right on the middle page. I love when the staples are in the center page and it's a double page spread. That takes planning. That's just a level of appreciation. That's like you remember when Vince Carter put his arm in the rim? That wasn't a pizzazz. Whoa, he flipped and spun. That was like, that takes a lot of skill. That takes skill. Like you have to jump really high, and I appreciate that from an athletic perspective. So right here, whenever you can count your pages to make the middle page this way, I appreciate that. Jim Zub is someone who does that routinely also. I'll give him credit. okay, so they take away the Kraken, they win this battle. Kraken swallows them rather, and they have to face these three women. I didn't notice it, and on the three pillars there were two things. There was a spiral and there was a kind of a stone thing. But Magneto did notice it. He's like, this is a trick. I'm gonna choose option 3. So Magneto gets to shine here in this comic book, showing off his intelligence. And Namor is an honorable guy, so when Magneto goes, wins, gets the key, locks the thing back up, Namor offers him the island, and now Emma Frost, look how quick it was. Look how quick Magneto just forges the home of this island, and boom, you got your new palace, Emma. You can do your shady dealings here on Emma's island. Excuse me. I don't really understand the Sentinel face thing. I don't get that. If someone does get that, that's what the comment section is for. Please educate me, because I just don't get how that works. Also, the Krakoan gate that they put on this island, I learned something. I would thought that it took like 6-7 months for these plants to be seeded, and then finally a gate comes out of it. But that's only because House of X #1 showed us with them on Mars planting a seed, and I thought, oh, it just takes that long for the Krakoan gates to sprout. It doesn't. I don't know why I thought that, but because it just doesn't. I actually have a lot of reasons right now to disprove myself. Like the time they gave Quasar a seed and it worked. The time that Mystique had to revisit the Mother Mold area, well, a gate was there, right? So that means it could grow pretty quickly because it wasn't a 6-month time elapse. There's me disproving myself. So, great comic book. Peace out. I did not click the button.